Hey, BR Tidwell 55 here. Now it's been a while since I put up a video. This one's going to be a little bit different genre. I just downloaded and installed Windows 7 Beta. Uh, Now most of you know I'm really not a fanboy of any operating system. I just wanted to try it out, put it through its paces. Uh, I I work with Windows Vista at work, and I wanted to see if Windows 7 was going to be any better. Initial impressions are the installation uh, is a little tricky in that Microsoft has gone for an almost minimalist installation, which is a good thing. The thing is at least on my computer, there were a couple of times when there was no feedback. I didn't know if it was doing anything, if the installation hung or not. So if you go to install this, just be aware of that. There's going to be places where it's going to appear that your installation has hung. It's not. Just let it go on through and let it do its thing. Uh, it boots up really quick. Uh, Shuts down really quick, much faster than Vista does, much faster than XP does. Uh, Let me tell you a little bit about my setup and how I went about doing this, so maybe you can try to do the same thing. Uh, the computer I installed this on is originally a dual boot Windows XP Linux Mint. So if you're going to do this triple boot couple thing and you've got a Linux partition, keep in mind when you install Windows 7, it will hose your grub menu. So when you get done, you're going to have to go back. You're going to have to reinstall grub. So that out of the way, my hardware is very modest. It's a Pentium dual core E2200 2.2 gigahertz I think processor, 2 gigs of RAM under the hood, has an integrated Intel GMA50 video card. And let me tell you, the Windows 7 runs Aero just fine. Anyway, it was dual boot Linux Mint Windows XP. What I did was, if you're going to do this, recommend you find or download a Linux Live CD. I just use my Linux Mint CD. Boot it up. Boot your computer up with the Linux Mint CD. Find the Gparted disk partitioning tool. Now what I did was I resized my Windows partition. I don't think it matters, whatever partition you have the most room on, resize your partition. Set it active, and then take out the CD, reboot the computer. And then what I did was I went ahead and I booted back into Windows XP. Because I resized the XP partition, it went through and it did a check disk. Then XP started up, and then using the disk management utility, I went ahead and I formatted that new partition that I just created. I formatted that to NTFS. Put the Windows 7 installation DVD in. This thing it's like 2.43 gigabytes. I put that in and let it boot. I used the custom installation. I pointed it toward that empty partition, and I let it install. After Windows 7 got done installing, I checked and I made sure that, now keep in mind this blew out grub. So I did check and make sure that Windows XP would start, that Windows 7 would start. After you do that, after you make sure that will both the Windows partitions work okay, go ahead, reboot with your Live Linux CD, and there's a tutorial on the Ubuntu forums about how to reinstall Grub. But basically what you'll want to do is you'll want to reinstall Grub. You get that done, and voila, you have a triple boot computer. This video is probably going to be first in a series. I'll post more about my impressions of Windows 7 as I go along. Now, to my friends out there who are Apple aficionados, guys, please don't, if you're going to talk trash about Windows 7, at least install it and try it out. Have something to go off of. You know, I may find something that I don't like, and you can bet I'll talk about it. You know, just ask if you can do this. Approach it with an open mind, okay? I mean, we all know, hey, it's a Microsoft product. It's a beta. Ain't going to be perfect. But there's no such thing as a perfect operating system, in my humble opinion. So anyway, I just wanted to give it a try. Like I said, initial impressions are favorable. It does not seem to be nearly as resource intensive as Vista is. And quite honestly, there's no way I would even try on this computer with integrated video card and only 2 gigs of RAM. There is no way that I would even attempt to install Vista on this computer. But Windows 7 seems to be working great. So anyway, I'll keep you up to date, keep you informed about my impressions as I play with it a little bit more. Have a great evening, and see y'all on YouTube.